Hello, Senior Stoner fans. This is the real Senior Stoner back at you on Saturday, late in the day. Well, I'm out back for a reason. It's an unusual day. It's a one in a million, actually. Today, Mrs. Stoner and I were driving on a street, entering into a major thoroughfare about 10 miles from where we live. We're behind a very slow car, basically saying, "Come on, move it, what are you doing?" The car inches onto the road, which is a major highway, like US Route 1, US 22 on the East Coast, New Jersey, okay? Well, guess what? Into the next lane, this person goes, we pull away. We're now ahead of this person, pulling to the right. This person's now behind us, we hear a boosh! And they went into the lane adjacent to us, to the left, behind us actually, if you can believe. They became behind us. A mother with two children, we didn't know this, but a car pulled off right behind us, smoking, and I yelled, "Mrs. Stoner, pull over." Mrs. Stoner pulls over, I pull the flashers on. Some kind of adrenaline took over in me, and I pull out my door, which is the passenger door, and start running. She said she never saw me running like that in 20 years. To this car that is smoking. The airbags have been deployed, the curtains were out, and someone's banging on the window in the driver's seat, like a young woman, yelling, "My babies, my babies." I'm pointing to the door saying, "Unlock it, unlock it." Door is not unlocking, car is smoking. Mrs. Stoner runs around to the passenger side, to the door behind me, to the door behind me, which is passenger door, and starts pulling on that door. I run around to the other side, which is the back passenger side. She's in, like, behind the driver. She gets the girl, little baby girl. I get a baby boy screaming and yelling out of their car seats, screaming and yelling. They had been harnessed, that harsh thing that happens to you. Pull them to the side of the road. Mother climbs down out of it, screaming, hullabaloo. We saw 100 yards back where the bad driver had intersected with multiple cars, and who knew what was happening with that car. It took about 10 or 15 minutes for police to come, so we had to get everybody stabilized and make sure everything was okay. People came, other people came. It was right in front of a car dealership, so people came out right away. But it was a horrifying thing, and it just goes to show you what adrenaline can do. And now I pay for it. But you know what? A worthy cause. I said that was a worthy cause. I asked Mrs. Stoner before I got into the hot tub, I said, "Oh my God, do you see me?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Did we really rescue people today?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Were we heroes?" It's not like that, but it's just that anybody can do anything at any time. You know what I mean? That's the way you have to look at this one. Anybody can do anything at any time. You never know. And that's really what it comes down to, I think. Sure, somebody else would have come along and let those people out, but it was just interesting how we were there at the right time to be the first people to get them out. And, I remember 30 years ago plus, I had a very bad traffic accident. I was in a Volvo 760, thank God, and I was hit head on by a drunk driver who ran a red light. That's right. Ended up coming right at us. Now the engine block drops, steering column breaks, and you don't get crushed in a Volvo, thank God. My daughter and my son were in the back seat. And when it happened, I was kind of knocked out a little bit, and I woke up and got out. You're faced with Sophie's choice. So was the mother. Mrs. Stoner said what mother did in this case is ran to the daughter. I said, "Really?" She said, "Well, the closest one." I said, "No, I understand. The car was smoking. Okay, I had to turn the engine off because, cars keep going." I was talking about that also with Mrs. Stoner. What happens in case of an accident? Car keeps on going. Doesn't turn off. You might take your foot off the accelerator, but inertia is going to take you a good long way, and the engine's still on. So, what can I tell you? Except police took a long time to come. They definitely on the phone tried to triage it. They said, well, any blood, anybody hurt? I wasn't the one talking to them, somebody else was. But it was amazing that they're asking all those questions before they send somebody. Send somebody, will you? I mean, that's the complaint that I would have. Send somebody. I would hope if I'm laying on the floor, somebody says, call 911. The man's laying on the floor. How old is he? He's 61 years old. Okay, well, what's happening? He's unconscious. Well, what do you think happened to him? Well, he's unconscious. I mean, don't you think they'd call someone right away? So, anyway, anyone can do anything at any time. You never know. It's a real senior stoner. Have a great rest of your Saturday, everybody.